truth uncensored. My whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth uncensored. My whole network.
Yeah, man, tune into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sandman. We're going in today on this Tuesday afternoon. Everybody listening on YouTube, if y'all rock with the podcast, go ahead and hit the like button and make sure you go ahead and share this video as well. Now, according to court documents, that are out there right now, Meek Mill is asking a judge to order that he does not have to sit for a deposition in the lawsuit being brought by the estate of Travis Ward. Now, Travis Ward is one of, I think, 2 or 3 people that's suing Meek Mill for a 2017 concert in Connecticut, where Meek Mill pretty much, somebody got killed. A few people got killed at his concert. It was just his concert.
Okay.
He didn't, have anything to do with the shooting, but they went ahead and filed wrongful death lawsuits against Meek Mill. $3 million each, it says here, according to this article. And it's a crazy situation because what can you really do? It's like you got a concert, you performing, somebody gets shot, but the people pretty much said, like, all right, it was your responsibility to make sure that you had proper security. They also cited that Meek Mill's lyrics would incite violence.
Oh my God.
They also cited again in the lawsuit that Meek Mill's other concerts also had shootings. Now Meek Mill and his team have denied all allegations. They said they don't want to talk. They don't want to give it any information. He had nothing to do with it. He was performing. This happened with other people outside his concert. So Meek's lawyer, is obviously fighting right now, to keep him out of court. Now, we were also speaking about him being on probation and that, possibly affecting that because he's caught up in another legal, situation. But what do you think about this right now, man? Meek Mill pretty much, media meddles, niggas sue you settle, man. Jay-Z said this back in the day, man. But go ahead, man. What you think?
This is a bigger deal than it should be, and it's crazy. And I want to even be careful on how I speak on it because we have genuine love for Meek Mill, and he's in a situation right now where he has no business having involvement in it. Hell, he's performing, something happens while he's performing, and now he's held liable for it, not given the current situation he's in with the current judge in the situation that we all know about. You don't want to be involved in these things. You don't want your name even closely associated with these things because any little thing could just spark we all know. And I obviously understand somebody died in a situation and you have lawyers in place that are saying, okay, we're going to go with the person with the biggest pockets, or we're going to go at the person with the biggest notoriety to see if we can settle out of court, get you something for this shit and get it out of here, because nobody in that position, given their past or given their situation or not, is going to want to deal with that. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to settle, even though they ain't have nothing to do with the fucking security. That's the concert promotion and things like that, venue team and things like that. And they have no business doing that. That's just how lawyers work. So
right.
You just wish this wasn't happening to Meek Mill right now, given his circumstances.
Well,
hell, he can't even lead the country right now. Dealing with bullshit with that,
Yeah, his lawyer actually, he said this. He had the notice deposition of Mills, a thinly veiled attempt to harass a public figure who had no relationship to the plaintiff's injuries to try to extract a nuisance settlement. He said the court should not permit this abuse. The lawsuit brought forth by 2 separate estates alleged that Meek and Oakdale Musical Theater and Live Nation are held responsible for the death of 2 individuals. As such, meaning negligence is placed at the center of these accusations. So obviously they came after, like you said, anybody that was connected to this that had any deep pockets, like I'm not going to say that I don't blame them. Right. This is just the way things go in America.
Yeah, exactly.
When somebody died, okay, something like with the whole OJ thing and everything, we got to go and try to get some type of financial compensation because the life is lost, and we're sorry to hear that. Because right. people from the family, obviously, we don't want to seem like insensitive. No, be watching this, and we're sorry that somebody had to die.
And you deserve compensation for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be a day, like you said, somebody comes, they want to bring a lawsuit for whatever. You just settle out because it's not worth the chance you going and losing and have to pay the whole thing. So you give them what they want, keep it moving. It costs to be the boss.
Exactly. And hopefully Meek 9 times out of 10 is going to do that, get it out. and nothing else comes of this. Hopefully, let's just keep it at that.
Yeah, definitely. Remember to tune into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sam, man. We going in today on this Tuesday. We want to give a shout out to everybody listening on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, or any other podcast platforms. If you're listening to this podcast, if you rock out with us the long way, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating if you can.
Let us know
right now. We definitely appreciate that, in advance, man. So Kodak Black has been going through a whole bunch, legal problems, and his boy, his fellow, rapper from the Dirty 21 Savage was somewhere, I think probably in LA somewhere, maybe Miami.
Damn sure look like LA.
Well, LA, and TMZ asked 21 Savage about Kodak Black. I played a brief audio episode. We're gonna talk about this.
Hey, any advice for Kodak Black, man? It's looking kind of bad. Fingerprints on the gun. You think he's being set up, or the cops showing?
I don't know what's going on, man. I hope for the best, though.
Yeah, you're rooting for him. Any advice for him how to kind of navigate these treacherous waters?
I ain't never been in no type of situation.
Just keep your head up, kind of stay out of trouble. It seems like, I feel like the feds are kind of after rappers lately. I mean, they tried to deport you. Now they're going after Kodak. Do you think maybe there's something there, like there's some unfair things going against certain people?
I don't know. The law is the law.
You gotta follow.
Break the law, you gotta deal with the consequences.
Okay.
That's just how it goes. Rappers just gotta be more safe. Some rappers do make bad decisions. Gotta honor up to our bad decisions and face our trials, whatever we go through, our tribulations. We just gotta stand up and man up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some unfair shit going on, and it's some shit that's fair going on.
So,
What up, bro? You good?
Yeah, good folks, man. So just keep your nose clean, do your work, and try to help other folks.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, I appreciate your time. Thank you, Sam.
Sam, what do you think about 21 Savage talking about Kodak Black and his situation with the law?
Both young, both from the same way of life area. I don't know what I feel about this though. No, obviously he wasn't saying anything that he wasn't lying about anything, but 21 Savage found himself in a situation a couple months ago where he could potentially have been deported. And a lot of people could have used the excuse of the law as the law on that as well. And he had a lot of support. Now, I'm not saying that he wasn't supporting Kodak Black in this situation. I'm trying to look up because I don't genuinely know their history in particular to see if there was any drama between the two, because it didn't seem as though he wanted to really even answer the question. And I wouldn't have. I'd have just been like, man, look, blessing to him, or it is what it is, and I'd have kept it moving, because now it seems like, and the more I look, everyone's running with this story now. They're going to be able to paint their own picture off of what he said. Is 21 Savage working with the law? Is he does all the nonsense that's about to come out? So I mean, although I agree with him, I don't know. I think in his situation, I'd have just said nothing. But what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just trying to be nice. He was coming out, whatever he was coming out of, drinking, whatever he was drinking, he was just trying to kind of just, it's just one of those situations where you could have went and said, man, forget it. But he kind of had him. He was like there. So he kind of had to talk in that situation. But yeah, I think he gave a pretty much truthful statement in that regard. I don't know what he means though when he says some people, are dealt with fair. I mean, I guess it is a situation where you can find that sometimes. So maybe somebody will kill somebody and, somebody had to do life or whatever. Or maybe that could be, then people can argue that as well. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that, it's one of those things where, that only time's going to tell how this is going to turn out. I want
to change the angle of this a little bit, because like you started off by saying that 21 Savage was in a restaurant or somewhere, probably had a couple drinks, walked out to his car, and he got ran up on. He was sitting there. He got caught.
Yeah.
Fair, foul, or indifferent, that these sites can have the access to be able to freely walk up on people, get commentary that people aren't ready for, because this isn't your typical interview situation where, all right, we got a couple of days notice. You have access to answering or asking questions as to what's going to be asked to you. You have time to prepare, things like that. This is boom right here, right now. And we live in an age where this kind of shit is judge, jury, and executioner, because now people can paint whatever narrative they want. So is it fair, foul, or indifferent that places like TMZ and these other networks are allowed to run up on these sites. So we've been hearing about tabloids for years, but how do you feel about it now being in the industry, so to speak?
I don't know if I would just, if it's fair or not. I would just say that it's like a guerrilla style, I would say, of media. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, all right, they're not going to per se do their interviews, but they're here, so we're just going to run up on them and see. When they're going to talk eventually, we're just going to be there. Like you were saying, like, how do they know? I mean, I guess you said, the dynamic of Los Angeles and the way they got it set up is almost like police. It's like, all right, yo, if you see this person, Tom Cruise, let us know. Boom, 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 maybe we'll hit you something off. We're going to be where they're at. Or if you got a picture of this or a video of this person, send it here. So it's almost set up in a way to be exactly what it is. So I'm not going to say that is, fair or not. I just think that who holds the ultimate power is, like you said, you wouldn't have said nothing if you was 21. They hold the ultimate power because they're not going to post you just not saying anything, even though they do. They post it sometimes like he didn't say nothing.
Even if you say, and they'll say that, post that shit too. Even that though, I can easily sit here and say in the sober state of mind that I'm not saying nothing.